So I'm gonna make the best of our time here and get you guys rolling. Um, it feels weird because I feel like I haven't seen you guys in forever, and then we had to move back yesterday, so it's just been like a crazy week. But basically, your last week, I can't even believe that this month's training is already done. It's crazy. It flies by, and then you're like, "Whoa, where do I go from here?" I can't remember. Were we going to talk about left and right legs? Did I tell you guys that? Strong leg versus weak leg? I can't remember. If not, I just want to quickly go over, like when you're in your back office, I call the online office the back office. You'll hear it that way a lot because that's where we're seeing it, like the back end versus how the customer sees it. But basically, when you look in under your genealogy, so if you go to like your genealogy tree or your sponsorship drill down, which is where you're going to see all of your coaches, you're going to see your left and your right leg, and you're going to find that a lot of the coaches from up above you are trickling down. And I just want to reiterate that unless they have a PS over top of their little picture, they are not your personally sponsored coach, and you do not have to worry about them. So they have nothing to do with you, but thankfully with Beachbody, we do kind of benefit from each other. So it's nice that we really are a team. Your leg that you're seeing those people drop and fall from, you're going to start noticing that those kind of start to build. That's considered your strong leg. So when you hear other coaches talking about their weak and their strong legs, their strong leg is going to be the leg where you've got these random coaches trickling down. And then your weak leg is the leg that does not have those people. And that's going to be where you're really going to want to put your strong coaches in hopes that they're going to help you build that leg. Obviously, when you sign someone up, it's really kind of a guessing game as far as, what they're going to do with their business. But if you know, for instance, that they're going to sign up just for the discount and they're not going to run the business, you're more than likely not going to want to put them on your weak leg because they're not going to do any building of volume, if that makes sense. They're not going to be selling anything. So I try to put my discount coaches on my stronger leg, and then any coaches that, they're asking questions out of the gate, they're crushing it in a challenge group, and they've just got like a good amount of followers, and you just know like they're going to get it. Put them on your weak leg to help you build that leg, if that makes sense. Does anybody have questions about that? Because I know that's confusing. And you're gonna still be confused, and you're gonna kind of learn as you go, as your team builds. You're gonna be like, okay, I remember where we talked about weak and strong leg, and this is now it applies to me. And that's gonna be kind of when you're gonna start to ask your upline coach questions about it, or you're gonna go into Beatnik and Team Fit, and you're gonna look for files that are relevant to that. Yeah, but if I can answer anything now, if you have questions, I'd be happy to. No? Okay. I just kind of wanted to keep that in mind because I know some of my new coaches are like, oh my gosh, I already have a coach. And I'm like, no, they're just from your up, they're trickling down. It's nice for you, but they're not actually your personally sponsored coach. So unless you sign them up, they're not. So I just want to, with everything coming to a close, I kind of wanted to, and Carly can help me out with this, just talk with you about how you're feeling about starting a challenge group if you haven't already, because that is going to be where your business will grow. And so if you have questions about, where do you go from here and that type of thing, my first suggestion for you before we open it up for questions is if you have not run a free 7-day clean eating challenge, which a lot of the coaches on Beatnik went in together last week and ran one of those, and we had like over 200 people in there. It is definitely recommended. I think that what I'm going to do with all my new personally sponsored coaches is that's going to be my first step for them, is to run that, because it's only 7 days. It's free. So they're going to get that feedback. They're going to get people, that want in on that, because everyone loves anything that's free. So I think it's going to be a good start. It's going to build confidence. You're going to get an idea of how to respond to, people in the challenge group when they have questions or successes or struggles. And there's an entire template laid out for you where you literally, tells you what to post every single day in there with a picture. And the meal plan is set for you. So really everything on the coach side is laid out. And that's going to be like, once you get that under your belt, you're like, okay, now I feel pretty good about a 30-day challenge. Now, don't get me wrong. If you are like just ready to jump in and you're like, I'm doing this 30-day challenge, that's fine too. They did not have the 7-day challenges when I started as a coach. And I just kind of jumped in and did the 30-day thing, and that worked out well also. So it's kind of up to you. So with that being said, does anyone have questions about the 7-day challenge or the 30-day challenge?
I do.
Okay.
On the 7-day challenge, I was a little confused, which is why I didn't jump the gun on it, because I am doing a challenge group starting Monday. But on the 7-day challenge, obviously I know that I looked at the thing, is it Shakeology, related? Are these people are they choosing?
Shakeology is an option on the meal plan. Okay. It's used as a snack, and there are other snack options. So they're not obligated to do Shakeology. It could be good for you if they did, because you could order samples and get some samples out to them. So if that's something that you would love to push, then I think that's great. It's going to get product in their hands. And what I tell my coaches is, what's cool about these is, say you have 10, for every 10 people you get in one of those groups, you'll probably get one Shakeology HD customer or one challenge pack customer, which if you think about it, that makes it worth it. You're doing a week's worth of a challenge group, and you're going to get an HD customer that's going to build your business and your commission every month. So, imagine if you get 30 people in there, and then you've got 3 orders coming in monthly, and you do these over and over again, and you're going to get people that you don't know in these groups. That's the thing that I love about the 7-day challenge is it's not just people that are in my warm market coming to me for those. It's people that are reaching out on Instagram, my fitness page, new people that I've added to my social network, the 5 friends a day type thing that I'm adding. Those kind of people are going to reach out to you for those things. So you'll get some new people that, you don't necessarily know.
So just a follow-up question. So do you suggest that I order maybe some of the sample packs, because starting the challenge on Monday, I feel like there's already been 2 people who have questioned Shakeology and what it is and whatnot. So do you suggest that I order that so that I can have it available if I need to?
Yeah, I mean, if you feel comfortable ordering it, like you think you're going to, have enough people who are going to buy that for you and you're going to make your money back, totally. If you're kind of wondering, maybe put feelers out there and reach out to those people that are going to be joining your challenge group and just say, hey, I'm going to have some samples available if you'd like to try like a week's worth of Shakeology. So that way you could get payment beforehand if you wanted to, or kind of get an idea of how many samples you're going to need. Because if you do a 7-day, a 24 pack of Shakeology is only going to get you 3 customers. So you kind of need to know how many you're going to have when you go about ordering it.
Okay.
And yeah, and that can add up. So I like to get the payment first and then place the order.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Anyone else? Don't be afraid to like jump in those anytime you see people, coaches coming together to do those challenges, like the 7-day challenge, jump right in. Like that's a perfect opportunity because you're going to have help. You're not by yourself. You can have other coaches commenting and helping you and answering questions when you can't necessarily be there. For me, what I did, because, getting busier, you're trying to make the most of your time and be efficient. So for that 7-day challenge, I used hootsuite.com and I pre-posted every single post from Sunday to the next Sunday in there. So it posted for me at whatever time I needed it to every day. And that is a time saver. I mean, yes, you need to go in and by the end of the day have commented, but like I said, it could be at the end of the day. Don't feel like they just posted, I have to comment back. I was so that person, and I still am sometimes, but I'm getting better about like, they'll survive. It's okay. It's true. You don't want to burn yourself out. So set your hours, know when you're going to respond, that type of thing. I don't know. Carly, have you done the clean eating challenge before that?
No, I didn't really know too much about it until as of lately when we've been really talking about it.
Yeah.
One thing that I did though is because I have a challenge group running right now, so something that made it easier for the 21-day fix challenge group was I buddied up with my success partner, and so I didn't feel like we do it like every other day. Like I'll still post, but I know that I have someone helping me in that group too, so it makes it a little bit easier because I'm like you. If someone comments, I have to jump on, and so it's been helpful.
That's a good idea. I'm in her group because she's my coach, and so I see her and her success partner working together. So if you're going to do a 30-day challenge and you feel like I only have 10 people or 8 people or whatever, and you're afraid it might be like crickets, once you're in there and people are just like afraid to post and it's just you posting, which happened to me. So it might be a good idea to, partner up with your success partner. So you have more people in there. You have them sign up for free on your website beforehand so that when they do see all those posts about Shakeology and the workout programs and they want the product, they don't accidentally, whoopsie, I ordered from the regular Beachbody site and didn't put you down as a coach. They're already signed up. And when they go there, it's registered that you're their coach and you get the commission for that. So that would be definitely a good thing. I forgot, Carly, that you guys do that and that works.
Yeah, especially in the beginning, to share it, if I share my story first or Miranda does, it gets everyone else to open up, or if she comments on something. Because I had a group that was kind of quieter and slower at first too. I mean, I feel like it's bound to happen at some point where the group gets quiet. So it's just nice to have somebody else there.
Yeah.
To guide along.
Totally. Okay, so here's my question for you. Does everybody have a pencil and a piece of paper by chance? If not, maybe a computer where you could just type it in. I've got a few questions. Okay, so with that being said, and with this kind of coming to an end, my few questions for you to think about. And I would love for you to either post them in our Rock the Basics group, or you can send them to myself or your upline. But basically, what I would love to know are, when's your start date for your challenge group? Okay. So I hear some of you saying you've already got a date, and that's awesome. If you don't, think about when that will be. Obviously, the quicker you get started with a challenge group, the quicker you're going to have customers, and the quicker you're going to have people with results who are going to want to be coaches. You are going to get your best coaches from challenge groups. Those people who get the great progress and love the products and are familiar with a group and see how it's run, they're going to know. They're going to know everything that they need to know as a coach. They're not coming in blind. So think about that, because that's really where you're going to grow retail-wise and growing your team. So yeah, first question, when is it going to start? I suggest closer to the beginning of a month, or maybe like the very end, right around that time, so that people feel like, oh, it's a fresh start. Obviously on a Monday, start on a Thursday and they're like, oh, heck no, I got the weekend. Not going to happen. And everybody's like, I'm starting Monday. Everyone's like, I'm starting Monday. So definitely a Monday. What will be the name of your challenge group? What are you going to name it? You're going to see other challenge groups. So you're following other coaches now. If you think that's a crafty name, they've got something creative, you can use that or play off of it. How will you keep people involved? That's question number 3. Okay, because that is one of the biggest things that happen when new coaches come to me after they started a group. It's so exciting when you first start. Like that Sunday before, for the challengers and the coaches, you're like, oh, this is so cool. Like, this is awesome. Then when it starts to go quiet, you feel like a failure, which is not true. You may have silent challengers. I've got plenty who send me private progress pictures, just don't feel comfortable posting it in the group. That's okay. But how are we going to keep them involved? So are you going to have prizes? Are you going to have a point system? What will you post? Are you going to use the template that you have that's given to you in Beatnik? Or will you, switch it up? Whatever. Just think of some ways that you're going to keep people involved. Some people do weekly, like a mini challenge within the challenge type thing. Get creative with it. Like whatever you think, just rock it out. And 2 more questions. So let's see, I'm on number 4. Do you have a success partner? And if you do not have one, find one. There is a file in Beatnik, and people have just been updating the document, if they need a success partner. If you see someone that's a new coach and you've kind of clicked with them, everybody has a different vibe and you're going to vibe with certain people more than others. Reach out to them, and just see. They may have a success partner already. You never know, but the majority, our team is growing fast, and I think there's a lot of coaches out there that don't have a success partner. So definitely think about who your success partner will be. They're going to be someone you're going to bounce ideas off of. You could help with challenges. They're going to help you run challenges. If you have struggles, talk to them about it. Let's see. Number 5. When do you want to go Emerald? That's like the scariest thing ever. When you first start, it's like, I'll never get 2 coaches. You need 2 coaches. Okay, so one on your left and one on your right. Set the date when you want to go Emerald. Now you can set the date all you want, and the date will sit there. I've had people come to me and say, I really want to be Emerald by so-and-so date, and that date's like creeping. And I'm like, well, have you written anyone about being a coach? No. Have you come out public about being a coach? Mm-mm. Have you, it's like a lot of things where you're like, okay, that makes sense. Like, no wonder I don't have 2 coaches, because I'm not presenting that for anyone to know. It's not that, you just got to put it out there. So think about 2 to 3 things that you're going to do to get there. What are you going to post? Are you going to send private messages? Are you going to get people in on those what is coaching calls? Are you going to sign up a family member because they love Shakeology and they could get a discount? There's one coach right there, and then find a coach that's going to work the business and you're Emerald. That's really what it's about. It's so much simpler than that. You just have to break it down. It's really intimidating, but it's very simple when you break it down. And once you get that momentum and you just are feeling good from the rank advancement, that's when you're going to really just start snowballing. So, always have those goals in mind. Carly, I know I'm putting you on the spot, but what are like some of the things that you did when you first started coaching to reach out and to get those first 2 coaches?
Well, like you said with the goals, like my goals are written literally right behind me. So I see them, whether it's hit success club 5 or 10. I found it was a lot easier for me to reach out to the strong players in my first challenge group, and they understood it, they saw it, but I just stepped out of my comfort zone. Even tonight before I jumped on the call, I made sure I messaged 5 people. I've been going through my whole friend list. I'm on Facebook jail right now, so I can't add any new people, but just making sure. Even the biggest thing too is if you don't think someone will be interested, message them anyway. I've had so many people say thank you for reaching out. I didn't want to message you, and I thought that they weren't into fitness or that it wouldn't be something they'd be interested in. So I would just say step out of your comfort zone, be you, follow the tools that Nikki's given you, and set goals.
Yeah, I think really with setting a solid challenge group, you are destined to become Emerald after that challenge group.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just going to happen because you're going to get people in there that get it. And what I'll do is normally around the third week, maybe like going into the 4th, I will find like the top 5 people who I think are either getting great results, who just post and are like just so inspirational. I'm like, dang, like they just inspire me with everything they're posting, and you can tell they're inspiring everyone else. Or someone who I think would just love a discount on the products. That's initially how I got some of my coaches, was like, hey, do you want like 25% off your Shakeology? They're like, totally. So, yeah. And even, I would be like, I had Ashley, who was in my group because it was one of my new coaches put her in there. And I wrote her coach and was like, you have to talk to Ashley. She's coaching my group already. She needs to be coached. She's doing it already and she doesn't know it. So, look for people, there's going to be people that stand out for you, and just, don't be afraid. It's scary, I know, but you can't grow. You can't change unless you step out. You just can't. And I've learned that, and it's scary, but it's so cool and so worth it. Any questions about anything whatsoever before you feel like you're on your own? You never are, but Nobody? You feel like the training helps? Like, kind of, okay. Okay, well, I would love for you to, answer those 5 things, I think. And then, if you just post them in the February group, I think that would be perfect. I think it'd be nice for everybody to see, other people may have different ideas of what they're going to do to go Emerald, and you may not have thought about it, so it might be cool for everybody to see. You can just take a screenshot on your phone if that's how you did it, on your computer, or however you want to do it, and just post it in there. But thank you guys. I appreciate you getting on all the time when you're tired and all that good stuff. And good luck with everything. I'm just like really excited to see how your first challenge goes. So good luck with that.
Thanks, Nikki.
You're welcome. You guys have a great night.